All right, man. So I like to end the podcast with 3 self-development questions. A quote that has made your life better, a book that has made your life better, and a habit or a daily habit that has made your life better or does make your life better that you currently do.
All right, cool. Well, a quote, probably one of my favorite quotes is from the Icelandic strongman, Jon Paul Sigmarsson, who, when he was doing an axle deadlift, like, 600 pounds or whatever, lifted it up and screamed out, "There is no reason to be alive if you can't do deadlift."
And we're over the 1,000 pounds. 1,005 pounds.
To be alive if you can't do deadlift.
Ever the showman. He really is incredible. Jon Paul Sigmarsson.
And you could just see he's doing that because he's freaking passionate about it. He loves it. And it kind of reinforces to me that there might be something optimal to do in the gym, but if there's something you enjoy doing more, fuck, why not? If there's some weird exercises you just like, just do it, man. Like, have fun with it and enjoy it. That's really what the training is about. If I'm not enjoying my training, I kind of think, well, what's the point of me doing this? So that's my quote. And you should look it up because he's like this giant guy and his voice kind of breaks a little bit when he does it. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Sorry, just on that. I think that's one thing, and it's obvious, but that's one thing that the science misses, with science-backed training and the whole evidence-based movement is, I'm all for it and I'm all for volume 2 and stuff, but it is about having fun at the end of the day. And actually, I was recording a YouTube video before this, and I was talking about mistakes I made when I was young, and some actually good things that I did when I was young. And one of the good things that I did was I was a rugby kid growing up. I'm from New Zealand, so I played rugby, and I had a mate, and I thought he was jacked. And I was like, mate, what do you do? He's like, I just do push-ups at home. We're 11 and 12, right? So when we would hang out, we'd do push-ups. And then he taught me diamond push-ups. We're like, we'll put our nose in the diamond, We're doing the diamonds. We'll check out our triceps. And then we're elevating our feet. And then he's like, I've got a bench press out in the garage. So then we'd hang out. We'd play Nitro Kart on the PS1. And then we'd do some bench press. And I was like... that was a level. And then when we went to high school, I went to Christchurch Boys High School, a lot of All Blacks, very sport heavy. And I got a gym membership there when I was 14 and I started training there. And me and my mates would just lift at lunchtime. If we weren't playing touch rugby or playing bull rush or, doing something stupid like that, we were in the gym and it was fun. We were lifting, we were laughing, we were just hanging out. And that's actually when I look back at it now, and also when I was a face-to-face PT and it's 9 or 10 when no one's in the gym and you're training with the other PTs, it's fun. Those are kind of the golden days of lifting that I really miss. And it's that fun element that is so important that actually kind of cemented me into it. And you can see a lot of people that don't stick to lifting because it isn't fun. There isn't that element of your mates being around or you smiling and laughing or, having this great time. And, now I lift here at this gym that I've created and I lift on my own. And now I even pay for a gym membership just to be around other people because I don't really enjoy it. I train here because it's easier. And, I can film my sets and I don't have to bother people because I don't like filming in public gyms because I can tell people feel awkward. But anyway, I'll walk down the street and pay an extra, whatever it is a month just to be around people, to have that vibe. I'm not even talking to them. But it does feel more fun to me. So, sorry, that's a bit of a rant, but I think that fun is so underrated. And obviously,
I agree.
I'm lucky to enjoy lifting because not everyone does. But it's if you can find it in some sort of resistance training or physical activity, I think that really unlocks something for you.
Yeah, I mean, totally agree. You forget that a lot of people who are in shape just because they happened to be decent at sport. They happened to like the gym. And I just think about a lot of clients who they're hiring a PT. They're doing it because they don't want to come by themselves. They fucking hate going to the gym. They need someone to help them get there and do it. So we've got to always consider that as well. Yeah.
A book.
4,000 Weeks by Oliver Burkeman. So it's all about basically the average human lifespan is 4,000 weeks. And this is from a guy who used to write a productivity column for one of the major newspapers in the UK. And I mean, long story short, he kind of discovered that you end up in this like endless quest to try and optimize your productivity, and you never kind of quite get there. So it was quite impactful for me. It's got quite a lot of good ways of thinking about things, and I suppose methods to just help you enjoy your life a little bit. So I really like his books, and I think his emails are fantastic as well. So worth getting on his email list. He only emails like every month or something, but they're always really good. So Oliver Burkeman, 4,000 Weeks is a big one for me.
Man, that's good perspective, 4,000 weeks, you know? It puts a real finiteness to...
that's literally the word to use, is finiteness. And like, you have finite time, energy, effort, and I think the key thing was like there's a lot of things that are worth doing. So like me personally, I'm interested in so many different things. I like gaming, I like music, I like training, I read a lot. You know, I'm in Sweden, I'm trying to learn a new language, like all of this stuff. There's so many things that are worth my attention, and unfortunately I can't fit all of them in. So you do have to make a choice, and you have to kind of go like, you know what, I'm never going to be a good enough guitarist to stand up on stage and play a gig maybe, but like it's still something I can just enjoy for 10 minutes a day, and it doesn't have to be more than that. Things like that. It's really good, like mindset shift kind of thing. Yeah,
mate, I'm the same. Like, I actually studied jazz guitar.
Oh, did you? Cool.
Back in New Zealand, yeah. So I play guitar and I sing as well. I used to gig.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that was actually my past life from basically like 21 to from like 18 to 21. I was a full-time muso.
Oh, wow, cool.
But yeah, I love animals too. Like I used to have a like tropical fresh water tank with African cichlids, and you know, I was so into it. Like I had to get rid of it because I had children. You know, like
yeah.
I was like it started off with like 4 fish, and then it was like 8, and then you get all these different filtration systems, and then they started breeding, and I wasn't trying to breed it, and then I had to buy this incubator that kept all the eggs alive, and I was like my wife was like I love that you love this, but man, we're gonna have kids soon, so like get rid of it, because like I had to, because I was obsessing about it, you know, like
got to keep the kids alive before you keep all the other stuff.
like we need 10 other different lives to live the hobbies and the passions. A daily habit, or just a habit. It doesn't have to be daily, but just something you do.
Oh, definitely. So where I live here in Sweden, we've got a little sort of foresty bit next to us, and just walking through there because I work from home, especially like breaking up the day, walking through there. But the key for me is doing it without any external stimulus, because I think, you know, a lot of people, when they go to bed at night, like their mind is just turning over, and you know, a lot of people go like, oh, that's where I get all my ideas, that's where I think of stuff I got to do and all of that. And I think it's happening because your brain doesn't get any quiet time throughout the day. It's just constant stimulus. And even when you're taking your time off to go for your walk, or you're training at the gym, we've got music, we've got a podcast, whatever, it's still stimulus. And I think that having some time every day just to have zero stimulus and have a bit of brain sort of idling time has been such a big game changer for me, especially because I'm sure a lot of people listening to this, or, you know, maybe you and I, like we're sort of analytical and we want to learn more, and it's exciting to like throw on a training podcast and learn more, but sometimes you just need a break from that, you know? So for me, that's a daily habit that I've implemented, and it makes a really big difference. But I mean, still listen to Brock's podcast, but
yeah. No, for sure. No, it's funny. I started this year basically anti-podcast. I was like, I need to stop. Because also sometimes I'm retaining knowledge that I don't even need.
Yeah.
Or I'm just like listening to it to be entertained, where I really could just sit with my thoughts so that I don't wake up at 2 a.m. and open the laptop and start doing stuff because I've had this idea, or I'm like catastrophizing my life, like, oh, we're gonna go broke. Oh, look at you, you know, like Sydney. Oh, Albert's going crazy, you know, like.
For sure.
Yeah, like there's so many things to think about, but the problem is like that. It's hard to say that to people because there's no real benefit to it. Like the benefits that you're talking about are legit, and I've experienced it too. But it's not as easy to grasp onto as like, oh, I listened to a podcast and now I have this fact, or I learned this thing.
These are the 3 takeaways or whatever.
Exactly. But I completely agree with you. It's so ironic that like back in the day, that's what a lot of people did. And I was reminded of this when my dad came over last year. Like I actually trained with him, I did an Instagram post about this, but like I trained with him, and he started lifting really late in life, like after his 60s. And before that, he was not training at all. He's a truck driver, you know, so you can imagine the life, you know, very pub heavy, mates, you know, this type of stuff. Very into sport, but more so watching sport than playing sport. And even though he does play softball and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, like he was training and I was training him, and he just went for it. No fancy outfit, no cool shoes, no podcast, no blasting music. He was just like, son, tell me what to do. All right, Dad, do that. Put your feet there, push. And like, you know, I'll be like, all right, Dad, that's 15 reps. He's like, I've got more. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, this is the truck driver mindset. Like, this is what we need. Yeah. We need like more of this. Like, he's not connected to anything really. Like, no podcasts, no YouTube channels, you know, no anything like that. And I think that was just so refreshing to see, because he was, I don't know, like so disconnected, but also so connected at the same time, like to himself and to what he wanted to do. And I feel like we're so lost in other people's lives, sometimes we forget to live our own.
I agree. I mean, I don't really watch movies or anything anymore, and you like things like that. And so when people are talking about, you know, this actor and that actor, I'm like, I have no idea who that is. And honestly, I don't care. You know, whereas before I would have been like, oh, I'm kind of like, I don't know what's going on in the world. And now I'm just like, dude, who cares? And my life's better for it, you know? So yeah, there's definitely something to that. And you got to think, like, that's how your brain evolved, right? It wasn't supposed to be occupied with stuff all the time. So
yeah, we were just meant to lay on our back and look at the stars.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much, Luke, for coming on, mate. I really enjoy your knowledge, your expertise. Like I said, I've been following you for a while. I think either Glenn Carroll or Coach Mark Carroll mentioned you or talked about you once, and I was like, I've been following you for a while, so it's been awesome to have you on the podcast, mate. I really love what you say, and how you think, and you know how you act as a coach. And your Instagram post, your content is really cool. How can people keep up with you? Obviously, we talked about your Instagram, so please say that. But yeah, do you want to send people anywhere?
I really appreciate that, mate. It's nice to say, and I've had a good time on the podcast too. My Instagram is @_Luke Tulloch, and I usually have some sort of freebie, like free programs or whatever that you can sign up to from there, so that you'll get on my email list then too, which I go a little bit deeper into stuff. So that's probably the best place to go.
Awesome, mate. Well, thank you so much for coming on, and yeah, we might have to chop up a few other questions another time.
Yeah, no worries. That sounds good.
Thanks, Luke. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.